So this weekend, the conference championships kick off. We had the NFC championship between the Arizona Cardinals and the Carolina Panthers. And in the AFC, we had the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots. Now, first I want to talk NFC. The Cardinals, they've never won a Super Bowl in their history, and I'm pretty sure the Panthers won a Super Bowl. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure they did, though. But as far as game picks goes this weekend, I definitely have Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers beating the Arizona Cardinals this weekend. But it's gonna be a slugfest. I mean, if you look at both teams, you have Carson Palmer and Cam Newton, two great quarterbacks. I mean, just going at it. One new and one spent most of his career in Cincinnati. But honestly, I mean, I definitely, like I said, I'm picking Carolina, but I want to say Arizona only because they seem like one of those shocker teams this year. I've watched them all year, and I mean, you can't doubt Larry Fitzgerald. I mean, again, going back to that playoff win just a couple weeks ago with Green Bay, and man, first off, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, he's one of those guys to where I know he already has a Super Bowl, but he needs another Super Bowl. But anyway, though, I know Green Bay lost. I was kind of going for Green Bay, but, that's whatever. Larry Fitzgerald, though, you can't doubt that guy. That guy needs a Super Bowl. He deserves a Super Bowl. He's a great wide receiver. He's one of those wide receivers who probably won't really know if we actually will get a Super Bowl. But as far as game picks go, I got Carolina beating Arizona. I just think Carolina's too good this year. I mean, especially, if you look at last year when they played the Seahawks in the playoffs, and the Seahawks just torched them in Seattle. And the other way, it went the other way around this year. I mean, Carolina just was on fire against Seattle. I think Seattle was finally destined to lose, but all credit to the Seahawks. They're a great team. They had a good run. But as far as game picks, though, like I said, I got the Panthers beating the Cardinals. Now, the AFC, the big one. Manning versus Brady, possibly the last Brady versus Manning championship we will probably see. As far as picks go, though, I'm a Broncos fan myself, but obviously I have to be fair. I want to say the Broncos, but it's going to be a close game, but I'm actually really feeling the Broncos. I wrote this down, too, that I'm feeling by a touchdown. I said 35-28. It's not going to be any field goal in this game. But as far as the whole Manning versus Brady thing goes, again, every time these two quarterbacks face each other, you're going to get those questions. Who's the better quarterback? Now, I'm just going to lay it flat on the line. Let me give you some facts. Brady, 4-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time Super Bowl MVP, and 2-time NFL MVP. Now, Manning, 1-time Super Bowl champion, 1-time Super Bowl MVP, and 5-time NFL MVP awards. Now, obviously, the regular season MVP awards, it's in Manning's favor. But if you want to talk about clutch quarterbacks, you have to go with Brady. Brady is the postseason quarterback. He is the playoff quarterback. He's Mr. Clutch. Now, Manning, he's the regular season quarterback. He sets up the records, and so does Brady. But he's the regular season quarterback. He's on fire in the regular season. But then once the playoffs come, I hate to say it, I'm a Manning fan, but he's almost a choke artist. He doesn't really. He's only won one Super Bowl with the Indianapolis Colts back in 2006 against the Bears. But that's the only Super Bowl. He came close in 2013, but that Super Bowl was just a disaster. It was all Seahawks in that game. But Manning, he, no matter what happens this year or whatever's going to happen on Sunday, he will go down as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, quarterback of all time. And if you're talking about who I like better as a quarterback, really, why choose a quarterback? I will take the Peyton Mannings. I will take the Tom Bradys. I will take the Joe Montanas and the Roger Staubachs and all of them. I will take all of them. They are all great quarterbacks. But if you look at the two, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning is more of a fundamental quarterback. He is systematic. His football IQ is still at 100%. His physical ability is not there as it was back in his prime time, but who would I rather take? If you look at who's the better quarterback, in my opinion, it's Peyton Manning. Because Peyton Manning, he has the knowledge for the game. He, in his prime, was on fire. He is a rocket thrower. Obviously not now because of his neck surgery and all the stuff he went through. But if you want to look at really who'd rather win in crunch time, it's Tom Brady. That's a no-brainer. I was watching the show with Skip Bayless, First Take, Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, and Smith talked about Tom Brady and how he's a great quarterback, and so is Peyton Manning, but he talked about how he would probably choose Peyton Manning. This is probably the only time I'll probably agree with Stephen A. Smith, that he would choose Peyton Manning over Tom Brady. Because Peyton Manning, he has more of the, how are you supposed to put it? Like, more of like the fundamentals to him. I mean, his knowledge for the game, he's his own coach. I mean, if you always look at him too on the side, he's always looking over plays. He always has his head down looking at the plays. But, again, if you want to look at the career, Tom Brady has the better career. And obviously Peyton Manning doesn't. But if you look at the quarterback itself, the man himself, I think Peyton Manning just has the little edge over Tom Brady. But it's not much. This debate could go both ways. So if someone says Tom Brady's better or Peyton Manning's better, I'll take either one because these are two evenly matched quarterbacks. All due respect to Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, they have had great careers no matter what happens on Sunday. But as far as this game goes, the Broncos versus the Patriots, I think people start forgetting the Broncos versus the Patriots match. It's not just a Manning versus Brady match. It's the Broncos versus Patriots. But if you look at Sunday, I got the Broncos, like I said, by a touchdown in Denver at Mile High. It's going to be a Broncos versus Panthers Super Bowl. And I'm not going to say any game picks for that because obviously, we'll just let these games play out. But as far as that goes, I got the Broncos winning the AFC and Panthers winning the NFC.